Trillion-dollar handshake, the biggest aircraft deal in Boeing's history, and billions flowing into American defense and quantum tech, all sealed in one day. You heard that right. US President Donald Trump just inked a $1.2 trillion economic agreement with Qatar. Here's everything you need to know. On Wednesday, US President Donald Trump and Qatar's Emir Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al-Thani signed multiple agreements that, according to the White House fact sheet, will generate an economic exchange worth at least $1.2 trillion. The White House described it as a historic moment to make American manufacturing and innovation great again. At the center of this agreement is a record-breaking $96 billion order. Qatar Airways will buy up to 210 Boeing 787 Dreamliner and 777X aircraft, all powered by GE Aerospace engines. The White House says this is Boeing's largest ever wide-body order and largest ever 787 order. It's expected to support 154,000 US jobs annually, totaling over 1 million American jobs during the course of production and delivery. American company McDermott continues its major partnership with Qatar Energy. They now have 7 active projects worth $8.5 billion. The White House says McDermott is the sole provider of offshore components for Qatar's massive LNG expansion. Engineering giant Parsons has also secured 30 new projects in Qatar valued up to $97 billion, supporting thousands of US jobs in tech and infrastructure. Quantum computing also got a boost. US-based Quantum signed a joint venture agreement with Qatar's Al Raban Capital. Qatar will invest up to $1 billion in state-of-the-art quantum technologies and workforce development. The White House says this will support both US and Qatari leadership in the emerging field of quantum innovation. In terms of defense deals, Qatar also made big moves in defense. Raytheon, now an RTX business, secured a $1 billion agreement for Qatar to acquire advanced counter-drone systems. Qatar becomes the first international buyer of a Raytheon's fixed site, low, slow, small unmanned aerial system integrated defeat system, or the FS-LIDS. General Atomics also signed a separate $2 billion deal with Qatar for the MQ-9B remotely piloted aircraft system, which is one of the most advanced of its kind. According to the White House, this will strengthen the US-Qatar bilateral leadership. The US and Qatar also signed a statement of intent to deepen defense cooperation. The US and Qatar also signed a statement of intent to deepen defense cooperation. It outlines $38 billion in potential investments at the Al Udeid Air Base and other areas of air and maritime security. The US had a $2 billion trade surplus with Qatar last year. Total trade reached $5.64 billion, including $3.8 billion in American exports. In 2023, Qatar's greenfield investment in the US stood at $3.3 billion, spanning hotels, ID, finance, manufacturing, and energy. Since 2019, Qatar Energy has pumped $18 billion into American energy infrastructure, including ExxonMobil's Golden Pass LNG terminal and Chevron Phillips Chemical's Golden Triangle Polymers plant, both in Texas. Qatar is currently the 12th largest US foreign military sales partner, with active cases worth more than $26 billion. The White House states Qatar's selection of US companies supports the US strategic goal of growing industrial presence throughout the Gulf and the region. The White House called this $1.2 trillion deal a landmark deal that will drive innovation and prosperity for generations, adding that it will put America on the path to a new golden age. The fact sheet concludes by stating that POTUS is securing billions in investments to revitalize American manufacturing, delivering on his promise to bring back Made in America. From defense to quantum computing, aviation to infrastructure, the United States-Qatar Pact could reshape the global economic landscape.